All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful Bakiyar. Wanted to get into this a ban that is going down in Nigeria of Edomite models in advertisements, and show you how in the scriptures the Most High originally intended for the nations to be separate, man. Okay, to be with their own kind. And there's a restoration of the knowledge of old, of this fact, of this concept. Okay. And furthermore, the two major players in the Most High story, in the entire scriptures and in the history of mankind, is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are what the world ignorantly knows to be, who the world ignorantly thinks are the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are really the Israelites. 12 tribes from the nation of Israel. Okay? 12 lost tribes. They were lost. That's why it's a contention. There's a common knowledge that these people were lost, man. All right? And when you go into the histories of those peoples, it's undisputable. All right? But that's for another video. The proving of the modern day Israelites, who they are, in the form of those people aforementioned. All right. So there's what they're deeming a renaissance, which is a rebirth that's taking place, of a shift, of a re-emergence, or an emergence of worth and esteem of their own people, man, and how imperative it is to only be with their own people, not only because it's about your own. That's what, when you look at racism, it's all racism is the belief that your race is superior to any other. Okay? And an Israelite is superior to any other race, so they're supposed to have that sentiment, man. Okay? And that's what's coming back on earth. They even said it in this article. They'll cut this shit on the app that I'm using to screen record if I go into it. But it went into how there's a backlash against the so-called white supremacy, man, and how this man pretty much has a monopoly over everything on the fucking earth. All right, they had a lot of white models, so-called white models, and voiceovers in a lot of their advertisements, you know, in Nigeria and all these other African nations, which is fucking heinous. Is how many African and dark-skinned people over there, and they have fucking UK Edomites with British accents, right? Over there in their shit. See? So there's a restoration of the knowledge of old, of the sentiment of old, the concept of old, to be separate. Okay? It's Salakia. What I was going into about Jacob and Esau, the two major players in the scriptures, in the history of mankind, that they were mortal enemies, man. That they were supposed to be separate more than any other people of the on the whole table of nations, man. Okay? It's gonna get this in the scriptures. This is in Genesis 25, and we'll start at the 20th verse. Salakia. We'll start at the 21st verse. And Isaac entreated Yahweh Shimei Shai for his wife because she was barren. And Yahweh Shimei Shai was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh Shimei Shai. Okay. And Yahweh Shimei Shai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right. So the children struggled together with her, and we're going to clarify Esau is the progenitor, the first forefather of the nation of Edom, the modern day nation of Edom, who they're known modern day is the so-called white man, the so-called Caucasian man. Okay, you can go into all of his origins, where he came from: Mount Seir, the Caucasus caves, the cave dweller, the Caucasian. Oh yeah, Edom. It's been unequivocally broken down and revealed, okay, through historical evidence, archaeological evidence, and now even DNA evidence, man, where they're able to go into the remains of these people, of those ancient Edomites, man. And who do they come up as? And then the ancient Jakes, their bones and remains are the same in DNA and the makeup of the modern day blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay, so it's undisputable. So those 2 nations. These are, if you know anything about progeny, you have a forefather, which is the first forefather of a nation, for which that the progeny of that forefather is birthed. Okay, so Jacob, being the progenitor of the nation of Israel, which his name was changed to, the progenitor, the forefather of the Israelites, and Esau, the forefather of the so-called white man. That's what that is. So those nations, they represented those nations, man, that are in her womb, fucking tussling. All right, and they were to be of 2 different manners, and they were to be separated, man. Okay, and we see this shift that is taking place right now. The Most High is dividing this place. This is the knowledge of the old. What does the scripture say? To seek the old path? Well, that's what's going down right now. The Most High restoring the paths and the knowledge of old. Wisdom of the ancients, right? And this is definitely prophecy. This is in Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. See? So, unbeknownst to the masses of the people of this world, the Most High God, he divided the nations, man. Okay, contrary to the belief of the people that everybody's supposed to be together. All inclusion and all this fucking shit that they spun. This melting pot of America, right? And all these other places. America being the pantheon of it. You see? So, it was all contrary and against the Most High and his setup here on this earth. And now it's being, he's phasing out this fucking shit. This madness, that the man, his devices and all his shit, his things that he tried to contrive on the earth. Okay? So, and then most importantly is the nation of Israel, is what that's saying. They set the bounds of the people according to Israel, meaning Israel was the focal point. All right? Because you can't know the bounds of something when you deal with proximity, you have to have the central point, right? And Israel is the focal focus, the focal point of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and of the world. This is in Luke 12:51. This is prophecy. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, rather division. The Most High is he's drawing the lines in the sand, setting the bounds again. Okay. And then he's even dividing up within the nation of Israel, and within these nations, he's dividing them up within that. Okay. A lot of division, divisiveness is going down upon the earth for the Most High to end this. This is the end game, okay? The end of the world. This is in 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay? So, going into this article, the so-called white man is banned from advertisements and a lot of their, I guess, modeling and all that other fucking media and all that shit, because it's been revealed that this nigga is the devil. All right, he went around the earth, rape, robbing, and murdering the inhabitants of all nations. Okay, under the guise of humanitarian advancements. Okay. The son of perdition going into, he is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay? This nigga is ingrained with evil. And he's not to be, it said, he's not to be mingled with. Look what they said. It's a renaissance, a rebirth of an emergence of esteem in their own nation, and a backlash at pretty much white supremacy, man. Ow. Okay, because this nigga has dealt with shit like nepotism, which is, you know, only advancing their own people. Okay, they've gone around the whole earth, and they're the ones with all the opportunity and shit like that. So they're like, fuck that, man. Right? It's about our people now. Who do you think is restoring that spirit on the earth? All right? And we're finishing off in Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right? This is going into Esau, Edom, when he was in the midst of, accomplishing his new world order. All right, when he was in the midst of manifesting and fully implementing his new world order, which is an order and a scheme that he has to ultimately exalt himself as the Most High. Okay, straight up. When he's in the midst of that, and all the fucking people of the earth are gonna come upon this man. This is what it's gonna graduate to. It started with an exposure campaign for who the fuck this nigga was and what he has done in history. Okay, and then, because when the victor writes the history is lies agreed upon. These are all quotes by former conquerors that implemented the same shit. It's not profitable. It's not productive. It's counterintuitive for the conqueror of a people to it's not productive for you to tell them that they were conquered by you. Oh man. Okay. So you fucking lie like they were saved by you or some shit. It's fucking madness, man. But all that's being put to bed, being revealed what he did, and it's gonna graduate into every hand being upon Esau, Edom. All right, they're gonna start banning him and fucking separating themselves from him, and then they're gonna start fucking him up, man. And that's the time we're coming into. All right, revenge upon the nation of Edom. It says in the scriptures, the cup shall assuredly pass unto thee. All right. So there's a transition that the Most High has going down upon the earth, and he's putting that spirit on his people, on his inhabitants, on his creatures. All right. Because we're at the end, the Most High is summing all this up so that he can restore Slakia, so he can bring forth Kainos, that eternal kingdom that is indeed this place is in desperate need of. All right. So with that, all praises to the Most High, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Shalom.